Hey, what's good YouTube? My name's Gray, this is Consoletronix, and as the sun momentarily breaks through, as it's been pissing down with rain most of the morning here in the UK, I thought I'd bring you guys another pickups video. But I'm beginning to wonder, at what point am I going to have to perhaps admit that I have a problem? Because, originally I thought a nice relaxing pickups video and me chatting to you guys over a couple of items I've bought sounds like a lot of fun. But over the last couple of days, I've been watching this pile get bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm thinking, I don't remember buying this much rubbish, but hey, as they say, it's only money. I mean, it's not like I have to eat every day now, is it? Now, there should be an interesting mix of games here across a broad range of systems, but before that, I want to unbox this thing, because I believe this should be a controller. Now, one of the big problems of having only one controller for a lot of the systems you own is that if anything happens to it, you're in a lot of trouble. And yeah, I had to pick up a new PlayStation 3 controller. In fact, where is it? Yeah, it's down here somewhere. This is the old PlayStation 3 controller I've been using for many, many years. It's never let me down. I think it's a third-party controller, but yeah, as you can see here, the left thumbstick was having me veering off towards the left constantly, like I was bored on Tinder or something. But yeah, I'm not going to open this up, as you should all know what a brand spanking new PS3 controller looks like, unless of course you're some sort of Xbox fanboy with a bucket on his head. But on the subject of controllers, I was actually going to make a video looking at some of my personal favourite controllers, the ones I think are the most comfortable and most practical to use over different game styles. But yeah, well, I started with the rectangular 8-bit joypads, moving up to the PS3s and PS4s and Xbox One controllers. It suddenly got a little unwieldy as I started including all joysticks for those 8-bit micros like the Commodore 64 and Amiga and oh bloody hell. But it's a subject I definitely want to return to, because while games themselves can be very subjective, I think there's a good controller can make or break a system. Now, actually, I want to unbox this thing first, because I think I know what this is. Now, it's not just controllers that can haunt many gamers, because it's wrapped in a bit of cardboard. Hold on a second. This should be, in fact it is, a memory card. A memory card for the Sega Saturn. Memory card plus. And yeah, I picked this up for only a couple of quid, as I do need another memory card for my Saturn. Now, if you own a Sega Saturn and you game on it, you should be probably aware that you need different types of cartridges other than just the typical memory card. I'm talking about the memory expansion packs, the 1 megabyte or 4 meg expansion cards. This thing I was listed as not just a memory card, but also as expansion, so you can play your 4 mega games. I do have, or I did have, I can't find it now, that's right, one of the reasons why I picked this thing up, an action replay, which not only has the dual role of a memory card and I don't know why I keep forgetting what I'm saying, not only a dual role of memory card and an expansion card, but it also allowed you to play import games, Japanese, American games on the UK Saturn. So yeah, I picked this up. Don't know anything about this, doesn't have any name on it, probably like a little Chinese rip-off kind of thing, but yeah, I'll be trying that out later. And that's the boring bits taken care of, so now let's get to the games. So no clue what that is, we'll leave that there. Nice big one to get our teeth into. Oh, yes. Who knows Barry Prima? Yes, none of you, I'll bet. Now, for those of you who don't know, I do have a second channel where I review action movies, martial arts movies in particular, but also a few horror movies and whatnot. My most recent upload was a review of the latest installment in Critters Attack, which came out this year. This movie is called The Warrior. Now, I didn't know this exists, but when I was a kid, I had a movie on grainy old VHS called The Warrior and the Ninja. Apparently that was part 2, and this is part 1. But yeah, I don't know a lot about Barry Prima. He was big in Indonesia, apparently. But yeah, he's probably the guy that Iko Uwais, the star of all the Raid movies, probably grew up watching. So I thought I'd pick this up and yeah, have a watch and, you know, maybe make a video on it. Who knows? Well, let's get back to the game, shall we? And we go to... I think I mentioned in a previous pickups video that I was looking to get a PS Vita, and one of the games I really wanted to get for the PS Vita was this, Psycho Pass Mandatory Happiness. I didn't actually know this was on the PS4, so when I spotted it going for less than £10, I snapped it up. A visual novel, I think. It's based on an anime that I like quite a lot. This is definitely one I want to make a video on, as I have a lot to say about it. But basically, it's kind of like Minority Report meets Judge Dredd. As these guys aren't just cops, they're also judge, jury, and executioner. Very interesting show, and I'm hoping the game lives up to the quality. And we have, this is another VHS. Ooh, this is a special edition PS4 release of, what's it called? Root Letter. Now, this definitely is a visual novel, but it's one I've heard a lot about. And I think in, was it my last pickups video I did when I was unboxing all these PlayStation 4 games, I did mention that I'm not a huge fan of visual novels, but the writing is definitely what separates the good from the bad. And yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good things about this. I think there is a sequel, a Japanese exclusive sequel, but yeah, I picked up the, I picked up the limited edition. Let's have a look at what comes in limited edition. We have the game, and we have a rather nice looking art book, which looks like locations and characters and sketches from the game. Very nice. I'll have a look at that in a little bit more detail. Nothing else, no music CDs or nothing. Okie dokie. Right, we'll put that there on the pile, and we'll come to else. Let's see, I can't remember if there might actually be a few retro titles in here. Well, speaking of retro, I suppose you could consider the Xbox 360 retro these days. This is Lost Planet 2. Now, I was a big fan of the first Lost Planet. I made a video on it kind of recently. But yeah, I never really played the second. Now, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, was it parts 2 or 3 that they tried to market as an online shooter? I can't remember. That might be why I never played part 2. But yeah, there is a part 3 as well. But yeah, the first game wasn't perfect, and let's just say the sequels didn't improve on that. But yeah, Lost Planet 2. Is it complete? You know how I like my manuals and things? Yes, it is. What's another one? It's another Xbox game. Ooh. Actually, well, the box is broken, but yeah, who remembers the old PS1 Tenchu series? Well, here's the most recent, Tenchu Z, or if you're American, Tenchu Z. Become the ultimate ninja assassin, master the ancient art of stealth. Yeah, I was a big fan of the first 3 Tenchu games. Never really followed the series beyond that, as there was a lot of competition in the sort of stealthy ninja genre, such as Shinobi Do, which was pretty good, and the crap but enjoyable regardless, what was it called? Red Ninja. Yeah, Tenchu Z. I was actually thinking of making a video on the entire Tenchu series, so yeah, I'm looking to bring myself up to date and seeing how the series developed after I sort of checked out of it. What else have we got? Feels like another DVD. It is. Actually, yeah, 360 game. I didn't realise I bought so many. Darksiders. Yeah, now Darksiders 3 came out, actually not that long ago. When did it come out? Late last year? But, yeah, despite being a big fan of God of War and a lot of its derivatives like Dante's Inferno and Heavenly Sword and all them kind of games, I never actually played Darksiders. It looks like one of those Western RPGs. That's probably why I gave it a wide berth. But yeah, apparently this is kind of like a bit of a God of War game. And yeah, Horseman cometh, a war, the first horseman of the apocalypse, stands accused of inciting a war between heaven and hell. Dishonoured and stripped of his powers, war must return to earth in search of vengeance. And what? Vindication. Yeah, anyone know anything about Darksiders? Let me know in the comment section down below. Is it worth trying out? Boom! Another series. Now, I actually quite liked Assassin's Creed when it first came out. It wasn't perfect, it wasn't great, but it was enjoyable. It passed the time. It had 1 or 2 interesting ideas. It had maybe too many ideas for its own good, if I'm honest. But yeah, I liked the first one. I kind of played a bit of the second one. I don't think I ever played the third one, but I did play this one at a friend's house. and I actually really enjoyed this. But yeah, what with the reputation of the series and its almost annual releases kind of going from bad to worse, I never really went back and played the originals, but that's something I definitely want to do in the not too distant future. Go back and replay the actual good ones when they were actual games. Let's see what this thing is. It is Xbox game. Big green. That's up again. Ooh, something kind of interesting. A little bit. Now, I mentioned I do have an Xbox One, so yeah, I picked up a Record. This is an Xbox One console exclusive. Although I don't know if that really means a lot these days. One thing why this has kind of been on my radar recently is a lot of people are telling me it's a lot like the first Beyond Good and Evil. And as the second Beyond Good and Evil is probably going to be some open world grindathon, I thought I'd check out Record. I don't really know what much else to say to you. I kind of, a lot of these kind of like recent titles, they've all kind of blurred together for me, so I couldn't really tell you much about them, but yeah, it looks pretty interesting. Open world sandbox of some description. Well, yeah, get some Xbox games in there. I don't think I've unboxed any Xbox One games today. I think that is actually first. And we go, now we go to a bunch of games you're probably thinking, well, I don't blame you for not picking that game up. But here's a game you probably might be surprised that I never played. Boom. Yes, that's right. Catherine, the Xbox 360. Now, I do know a little bit about this game. I think I have played it. But yeah, what would is it the remaster or the re-release that's coming out? I don't think it's a sequel. I think it is actually a re-release coming out on the latest consoles. I thought I'd go back and play the original. I think there was a special edition. What was it called? The Stray Sheep edition or something. And this is just the bog standard release, but you know, it comes to us by Atlus, so good stuff. Oh, this is going to be the Xbox. This is going to be the Xbox unboxing video, I think. Check it out. Mass Effect 2. Now, I like Assassin's Creed. I played a little bit of the first Mass Effect, and I thought it was alright, but I never finished it. But, I don't know, I've just had this kind of funny urges to play a good sci-fi game. So I've been thinking about going back and playing Mass Effect. So I picked up Mass Effect 2. Apparently the first 3 are, well, they're alright. It's the, what is it? Is it the 4th one? Mass Effect Andromeda, that's supposed to be the one that is utter garbage. Well, this is definitely the Xbox pickups video. Bloody hell. Dynasty Warriors 7. Yes, I was a big fan of Dynasty Warriors, starting with... I actually had the very first Dynasty Warriors. The first Dynasty Warriors game on PS1 was actually a 3D beat-em-up in the sort of Soul Calibur mode. But from 2 onwards, they've been essentially map-based run-around beat-em-ups in which you pick your overpowered character and take on literally hundreds and hundreds of opponents. Yeah, the series is kind of known for its kind of goofy antics, ridiculous voice acting, and I think the most recent one, which I think is Part 9, I think is known for its microtransactions, which kind of spoil the experience. You're not going to believe this, folks, but it's another Xbox 360 game, and it is another sequel. Prototype 2. Now, I don't think there was a Prototype 3, but I know the Prototype 1 pretty well because I loved it. It was one of the first real sandboxes that I really took to. Run around, do almost anything. Lots to see, lots to do, lots to kill. But I never really picked up the sequel. So yeah, I thought I'd put that right. And here we have it. It was suspiciously light. Is the map? Ooh, it's not complete. Bummer. But yeah, delighted to have that game. And this feels like a VHS cassette. Did I pick up another movie? Ooh. Now, I don't normally play, if you're wondering what that is, it's thunder. I don't know if the microphone's going to pick it up. Yeah, I certainly heard that. Here we have Life is Strange. What is this? This is the limited edition, which includes game, additional content, and access to some content requires additional downloads. Details on back of box. yeah, I thought this is all complete, but it looks like there's other bits and pieces left out of it. It says there's an art book, a mixtape mode, life a tale, complete season, bonus episodes, soundtrack, and an outfit pack. Lovely jubbly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this was brought to us by the developers of the old PC point-and-click game Longest Journey. I can't remember their names. But yeah, I've heard a lot about this game. So I thought I'd pick it up, and I saw it going for a decent price. So there we have it. Life is Strange. This is Life is Strange Before the Storm. As I say, I'm not a fan of episodic gaming myself, but it's supposed to be all complete. And we go to something that's a bit more up my alley. Akiba's Strip. Yeah, I showed off, what was it called? Akiba's Beat. Now, this is not the first game, I think. Actually, is this a remake of the first game? I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, this is a vampire beat-em-up, where the novelty is that you have to beat them up so their clothes falls off. And that's the way you kill them. Japan's popular anime and game district exposed. Tokyo's electric town is being invaded by the undead. Enter the Akiba Freedom Fighters, an organisation dedicated to bringing peace to those neon streets, one garment at a time. Yeah, a quirky one, this one. Quirky. That's the best way to describe it, I think. I actually thought there'd be another controller here, so... Ooh. Yeah, I picked up the first one, so I thought, what the hell, might as well go in whole hog and pick up the second one. I'm at it, Darksiders 2. Now, you played as, who was it? War in the first one, who are you in the second? You are... Death, of all people. Yes, that's right, it's a fighting game series based on the legend of the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Like I said, there is a Darksiders 3. I don't know if there's any news on a Darksiders 4. I'm going to need my man Stanley. So, can you handle this one? What is it? Is it... Oh! It is another game you might be surprised I haven't played before. Although I have played the... I was going to say prequel, not prequel. What do you call it? The demo? Oh, shit. I don't know if I did that or whether it's just arrived by that. Yeah, it is Metal Gear Solid 5. The Phantom Pain. Actually, what was the name of the one I had? It was Metal Gear Solid... Ground Zeroes, that's it. But I never played Phantom Pain. Like everybody else, I was a massive fan of the first 2 Metal Gear Solid games. 3 took a while to grow on me, but once it did, I thought it was one of the best games for the PS2. 4, again, it took me a while to get into, but once I did pick it up, I did enjoy it. And now we have Part 5, which will be the last true Metal Gear Solid game, I think, because nobody counts Survive as a Metal Gear Solid game. But yeah, what with the news that Death Stranding will be out soon, I thought I'd bring myself up to speed with some of Hideo Kojima's work, and yeah, who else is looking forward to Death Stranding? And we have, which I think is the last, actually, we've got this thing. We have, what do we got? Boom! Interesting one here. PS3 game, Killer is Dead. And, actually, bear with me 1 second. Boom! Killer is Dead is actually a follow-up to No More Heroes on the Wii. In fact, I think it's the 3rd game because there is a No More Heroes 2 on the Wii. Yeah, I've heard some rumblings that there is going to be a new No More Heroes game, so I thought I'd pick up the limited edition PS3 one. What does it say? It says, get ready for some seriously stylish action with Killer is Dead from legendary developer Suda51. Now, most people will tell you that No More Heroes, or what was the one on GameCube? It was Killer 7. That was their first experience of Suda51. My own first experience with Suda51's kind of quirky auteur kind of games was with a PS2 game called Michigan, which is well worth checking out. Now, we started with a controller, and I've got a funny feeling we might be ending with one, because... Boom. This is what I've been waiting for, actually. Now, this is not an official controller. It's a USB controller, but it's a USB controller based on... Oh, I love that. Based on one of the best controllers of all time. The Mega Drive 6-button controller, which would... develop even further. That D-pad is just the best. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this would develop into arguably the greatest controller of all time, the Sega Saturn controller. Now, for anyone who grew up playing like 2D fighting games like Street Fighter Alpha, or any games like that, Night Stalkers or something on the 32-bit era, trust me, you wanted a Saturn controller more than you wanted a PlayStation controller. This is just made for fighting games. It's so comfortable. I love this controller. I do have an official one. I had it for many, many years. I bought it for, I'll tell you how long I've had it. I bought it for Eternal Champions. Who remembers Eternal Champions? When did that come out? 1994? But yeah, I bought this up to do a bit of emulation. I know a lot of people don't agree with the whole emulation scene, but hey, I got Tampa Monkey installed on my laptop, so I can still go to Emu Paradise and download all their games. But yeah, oh, I love this. I could play with this controller all day long. I love it. Now, was anything else before we get there? My copy of the Warrior. Yes, I think that is it. So, I was going to make some videos. In fact, I had a couple of contenders out here. These are a couple of the games I was thinking of making videos on. Boom, Skies of Arcadia. That's the US release for the Dreamcast. Trauma Center Under the Knife. I love the Trauma Center series. I hope Sega get their finger out and make another installment, since they own Atlus now, and who remembers that on the Dreamcast? Techromancer. Yeah, but there's also a few other bits and bobs. I had to buy that Saturn. I had to buy the Saturn memory card in order to save my progress on a game I was actually recording to make a video on. So yeah, I think that's everything. Nothing I've forgotten, is there? No, I don't think so. So, well, quick pickups video there. Just let you guys know what I've been wasting my money on this time. A lot of Xbox games, and a lot more than I thought I would. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, I won't keep you guys any further. Thank you very much for watching. More videos coming your way very soon. So, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again soon. Players.